Hello and welcome to a Star Citizen monthly report looking at what Cloud Imperium have been working on for Star Citizen's persistent universe over the last few weeks and what they're focused on now. These reports are a wealth of development informations, so strap in while we go through our summary. The animation team worked on several different life animations, including those for vendors, searching behaviours, emergency reactions when in usables, civilian reactions to threats, medical revival, guarding and security, searching bodies, and reactions to dead bodies. They also worked on the tour guide and tourist for Invictus, supported a few new vehicles, and built testing rigs for 2 creature types and a salvage weapon. I'm pretty excited for creatures being in the game, and I'm excited for, salvage being in game. Character art spent May wrapping up new assets for Orison and began providing design with actors to populate the new landing zones with. Concept artists worked on civilians, vendors, and gangs for the Pyro system, while the character artists progressed with 3 new armor sets and generic backpacks. In environment art, the landing zone team is nearing completion with Orison, with the final polish and tweak and level of detail passes remaining before signing off. The modular art team progressed with final art on the first set of outpost content. Crawl spaces are being integrated into existing content. They're also close to finalizing the look of the jump point gas clouds, with particular attention being paid to the center where the actual jump point is located. The planet content team focused on planets for the Nyx system, experimenting with fresh new biomes and asset packs so Nyx looks unique and is a satisfying experience to explore. A new harvestable was also completed to populate Pyro. In Montreal, the modular team there put the finishing touches to new Babbage and Orison hospitals. They then moved on to further hospital locations for Lorville and Area 18, alongside clinics for Grimhex and various space stations. They're working on getting as many locations as possible available once medical gameplay goes live, which is expected now for 3.15. The US-based ship art team worked to complete the RSI Constellation, focusing on finishing the levels of detail, while the tech art guys worked through various features like timings, landing gears, and sign distance field shields. Work also began on the Crusader Ares. In the UK, the team there worked on various Invictus deliverables, including getting the exterior art of the Aegis Redeemer to final art standard and creating the various themed ship paints. They also worked on preparing the Javelin, including an airlock entrance area that utilised the new docking mechanic and the holo display in the briefing room, which was bespoke for the actual event. A previously mentioned unannounced ship made great progress. This could be a multitude of things. This probably is the Xi'an cargo ship that we're expecting in the not too distant future, but it could be many other things. The general polish of its interior has been wrapped up, while the exterior requires technical damage and exterior lighting and general polish passes to complete. They've also begun work on a brand new ship that's going to be revealed later in the year. So some cool stuff coming. I'm excited for new ships. I'm a ship lover. They have 2 ships going through the gold standard process at the moment. The Aegis Saber is nearing the end of that process, and then the Retaliator, and that's well underway, though still a lot left to do with it. Time was also spent on R&D, looking into wear and dirt, as well as further optimizations to ship exteriors. The weapons art team supported the Tumble Nova's main cannon. Once complete, they moved to the Greycat salvage tool to do first pass rigging. The mining gadgets white box asset was also iterated on with an early blockout before it moved for a concept pass. The feature team worked on medical gameplay. In the future, players will be able to equip a dedicated healing item that allows them to scan other players or NPCs to see their vitals, including per limb statuses. Work went into allowing this information to be displayed as an augmented reality overlay on the player or NPC that you're targeting. If the player is close enough to the target character, they can use the same item to administer a combination of drugs via a short-range beam, which is significantly more effective than using existing med pens and can be further enhanced by tweaking the levels of drugs administered. There is also a healing beam attachment for the multi-tool that they're working on, further increasing its versatility. Both the healing items and attachments can be used to self-heal, but only the dedicated healing item offers the user the ability to manually tweak the drug levels. The med pen, which is currently the only self-heal option, can now be used on players and NPCs other than yourself. The feature team put the finishing touches to the first Hurt locomotion set. Additional visuals are layered on top of pre-existing idle and movement animations, predominantly to help communicate the Hurt motion to first-person view. The US gameplay feature team spent May setting up the expo halls for Invictus. Beyond that, they worked on upcoming initiatives, including the player asset manager. Meanwhile, UI design wrapped up some initial concepts for the layout of an app and worked with the narrative to name it. The team also progressed with a cargo refactor, though they have yet to begin implementation. Cargo touches on so many areas of existing core gameplay loops, and they need to ensure everything is properly considered before implementing all that. Internal testing and polishing are still underway for the next dynamic event. That's expected to be the Nine Tails Lockdown, and they're basically saying there that it's not finished yet, but maybe soon. The UK-based team worked on new gameplay features, including gadgets to bring additional risk and reward to mining. Loot generation progressed through May as well, which will spawn crates at different locations throughout the verse. Vehicle features polished vehicle-to-station docking and supported Invictus. This involved fixing various streaming-related issues, such as the Javelin streams out while it was docking, which wasn't great. Some of the team moved to jump point development, which builds on existing work completed for CitizenCon 2019. Vehicle experience and vehicle features work together to update the ship's HUDs, missile operator mode, missile guidance, and the new power triangle system. The vehicle experience team also worked on drunk flying and driving behaviors to go with the actors team's new intoxication mechanics. That'll be very interesting and silly, I'm sure. Graphics and VFX programming started on a window shader extension to allow views into fake interiors with supported for randomized room sizes, rotations, colors, and lighting. And shield effects setup was also reworked to enable a single effect to be used on multiple ships of varying scales, with all effects scaling appropriately. The Lightning team continued their full light pass on Orison, being the most challenging landing zone so far for them due to the massive view distance and quality of the platforms that are approachable and landable at. The narrative team spent time supporting Invictus again, including working with the character design and AI teams to review the tour guide and tourist behaviors and animations, along with some of the voiceover elements to help populate the event. They continue to work with design on organizations that players will be able to work for and the types of missions they could offer. The props team wrapped up their pass on hospitals, producing a variety of generic high-tech props, along with a few bespoke to each landing zone. They worked closely with the active features to get the medical bed working correctly, which is a complex prop with a lot of moving parts. Systemic Services and Tools finished their latest version of the tools for the economy and AI simulation, which is great to hear because that is one of the things I'm most excited about for the game, getting that dynamic universe simulation and economy in properly. Oh, exciting. Work wrapped up on the Super P-Cache for the next release. The stability for Systemic Services was also improved for Invictus, allowing the team to handle player concurrency without taxing the services. Finally, progress was made on server meshing, with an emphasis on a new hybrid system that will accommodate the future's needs. The tech animation guys spent time clearing up several animation bugs in-game, implemented animations for Invictus, and worked alongside the art team on asset skinning. Turbulent Game Services team supported the release of Alpha 3.13.1, fixing issues related to persistence in long-term persistence database stuff. Most of the team's capacity was focused on server meshing and will be for the foreseeable future. The vehicle team put the finishing touches on the vehicle radar and scanning experience, getting the UI-centric improvements integrated into the code base. Early in the month, they polished the Nova tank experience. They also ensured that various ship landing gears worked correctly, as there were various instances when their states must be persistent, including when in shops, streaming in and out during cinematics, and when docked within other vehicles. Improvements were made to the door, elevator, and control panel tools. These updates give finer control over multiple doors and ensure that interior and exterior control panels communicate with each other properly. VFX put the finishing touches to the Nova and Hercules and tidied up the Bangles thruster and weapon effects for its live debut at Invictus. They also made a start on Orison's effects, including falling and blowing cherry blossoms, water features, and holographic displays. Work kicked off on the medical healing beam effects and vehicle radar ping effects were finished. The VFX artists continued to develop fire hazards, especially focusing on visually how different types of propagation might look in a futuristic spaceship. Finally, with the much anticipated new particle lighting system added into the game builds, the artists began sweeping through all existing effects to allow them to take advantage of these new lighting settings. Boom! That's it for the monthly report this time. We will be covering AI and Squadron 42 updates in an upcoming video soon. I am really looking forward to Alpha 3.14 being in our hands in the next few weeks, with early testing potentially starting in the next couple. But what do you think? What do you think these new ships that they're working on will be? Are you looking forward to Orison's landing zone and updates to Crusader? Are you more excited by work a bit further out with Nyx and Pyro systems being worked on? Do you think Cloud Imperium did a good job at Fleet Week event? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below.
Oh, what's this? I just found all your search history online. You filthy boy, buying spaceships and going on Ship Hub. Zin, show a picture of a sexy ship or something. You should have used NordVPN. It's a VPN, obviously, and it has my seal of approval because I shill for them. Use the links below to get a discount and help protect your data, identity, privacy, and to help with online accessibility. I'm shilling for spaceships today. Do you like building spaceships? Of course you do. JR Fabrication make officially licensed Star Citizen products and Airfix-like model kits. Do you want an Arrow fighter? Maybe a Freelancer? Some Cyclone little buggies? Dragonflies? Oh my, you can buy them and build them, or just add them to your pile of shame. You want dioramas of ships and vehicles? They've got them too, and they continue to add more to their range. Follow the link down below to jrfabrication.co.uk/board to see all of the wonderful products they have on offer, and use the code BoredInvictus to also get some exclusive Fleet Week recruitment propaganda A3 art prints with each of your orders. Ooh. Every month we have a ship giveaway, and June is no different. We are giving away a Mercury Star Runner to one lucky viewer that comments on one of my videos made during June on the YouTubes. Just get involved in the comment section, ask a question, or tell me what you think about the video or the subject we were discussing. Thank you so much to my channel members who have pressed the join button below my videos, and my Patreons as well. Going the extra mile really, really helps the channel. Say thanks for helping the channel, Zin.
Thanks for helping the channel, Zin.
Consider becoming a channel member or Patreon as well, and maybe you'll get some poorly photoshopped naughty spaceship shots. Ooh, saucy. Thanks for watching and all your support.